Vibes TTTV. I am Shirley, and on today's saga, we're gonna be baking, but I have help. Say hello to my little bro. Yes, so we are going to be baking something. I'm not a professional. As I told you in the last video, I know nothing about cooking, nothing about baking here. But we're going to be baking a little cheesy bread loaf. So, stick and stay, get your ball. You ready? Ready? Come on, come on, come on. Alright. Alright. First thing we're going to be needing is, we're going to be needing some flour. So, my assistant, can you help with some flour? Yeah, please. And while he's getting the flour, I'll entertain you with a little dance. Thank you. So we're gonna be putting 2 cups of flour for now. Let me take my big spoon. I don't know why I have this spoon, but I can't find one with the spoon, so it'll do. So, okay. Next, my dear assistant, can I have some salt? I have my trusty spoon here, spoons. So we have a 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon, half teaspoon and a quarter. But we're only going to be putting a 1 teaspoon salt. And kids, if you're helping at home, remember safety first. Don't go in the kitchen alone, right, Mark? Not in ideas. Alright, so salt. Can I have the sugar? Because we see it like sugar up in here. Thank you. Sugar. So all we're going to be adding to this is 3 tablespoons of sugar. So let's see. I like this sugar. I don't know. I just like it. Anyway. So a little extra never hurt nobody, right? A little extra got in there. So remember, I'm not a professional, so 2 big bag of sugar. 3. Alright, so that is it for our dry ingredients, except one thing: yeast. We can't make this bread without yeast. Right. So after adding all of that, we want to add in yeast. Bread cannot rise without yeast. Alright, so we're going to be adding 2 1/4 teaspoon. So I have my 1 teaspoon here. I don't have a 2 teaspoons. So we're going to be adding 2 of this and then a quarter. So assistant, my yeast, please. Yeast. And I'm dancing. Can't dance, but I'm dancing. Alright, so I could take time and show these, because as you can see with the sugar, everything did just go right inside. And we don't want to have like too much yeast. So let me throw it on this, just to make sure we don't have too much yeast. I don't know. Alright, so how much of this is someone in again? 2 of this, right? 1. Well, really, if I scrape up some of this yeast, Mark, can't make it waste, not true. And then we need how much again? How much more we need? 2 and then a quarter. Yeah? So, let's rotate the spoon. I could have said for the quarter. So little. Alright, and that's a wrap for the dry ingredients. Mark, you want to give this a twirl for me? Not a big twirl, you know, just a little twirl. Come a little short, a little chef extraordinaire. Man, I make a cook ackee and saltfish in the bag. Take your time. We just want to make sure that everything is incorporated into it. You know? The other day the man make ackee and saltfish, and I tell you. I mean, you say tongue up, but because I'm not a fan of ackee, so I didn't taste it. But everybody else loved it. Take your time. Get over here. Yeah. This one. Make sure we have everything incorporated, all that dry ingredients. Alright? It's over here. Thank you, Mark. Let's say one big piece here. Alright, so I'm gonna get on my liquidy substances now, because we have to add in something that is warm in here so that the yeast can get activated. So at least we know a little something, right? Alrighty, so my assistant, what we're going to be doing now, we're going to be warming up our yeast, but we're going to be warming it up with butter and a little water and milk. So Mark, can I have the butter please? And what we have here, we're adding 2 tablespoons of butter. I already scooped it out. So now the fire, you need to make sure it's a little lower than that, because basically what we want to do is just melt out. Alright, so that's that, and we're gonna add a half cup of water to it. You can turn off the fire at this point because we don't want it to be way hot for the we don't want it to be too hot for the yeast. So we have a half cup of water now. Let's go ahead and right. So we just basically want this to be warm. I made it a little bit too hot. So keep back under that, and I'm gonna just give it a stir. Alright, and that's it for that. Alright, so how you know that you can actually add it, it's warm enough but not too hot. When you can just kind of, if it's good to the touch, it's good to go. Just really warm. So let us add this in, right? And just fold it. And then Mark, can I have an egg please? Can I have one of that foul thing? Let's just get this folded in a bit first. There you go. So if you notice, it's a bit liquidy, on the liquidy side, so you can add a little flour if you need, but we're gonna just add our egg first. I'm not a chef, so you know, you see them just do the one crack and go. That's not me. Why? I have to just pray so the eggshell no cook. Come on. Alright. And just give it a little stir. Alright, so we're definitely going to be needing that flour. Yolk. So let us just get our little quarter cup flour that I had reserved and slowly add it in, because we're going to be needing to make a dough, because it is a bread. So alrighty, so we're going to be adding a little more flour so we can get it a little firmer together. So you want to just go ahead and take your time and incorporate it. You can add a little bit more flour. As I say, you want it to become like a dough kind of texture, because it is a bread. Right? Never met this before in my life, but as I try it, because I see it and I like it, and somebody actually gave me a piece to try before, and I said, alright, I have to make this. Get a little more flour just to put in. kneaded it, and this is what it looks like. No, it has this elasticy kind of thing to it. That is good. Alright, so given that the yeast is in it, we want to just form up the ball. We're going to just cover it so that it can rise. So-called rise. I don't know if I'm doing anything wrong. If you see me doing anything wrong, just let me know. Like I said, this is an experiment. I tried it before, I liked it. And so, let's just go slightly cover this and leave it at it. Alrighty, so I rested it in a warm oven. It's kind of doubled in size, that's because of the yeast. So I'm going to remove this now, and I'm going to put it to stretch it out and put the filling in there. Yum! Alright, so I spread it out. Now, for the filling, all we're going to be adding to this is some grated cheese. Okay? Grated cheese, and there's parsley in this. Don't know if parsley can use enough, but may I use parsley. So I have some cheese that grated, some cheddar cheese. Yeah. That I'm going to put as a filling inside. And I have a little garlic powder. No, I'm not measuring the garlic powder, I'm just going to judge. I think it should be maybe a half teaspoon. I don't know. But I'm going to just throw a little bit. So I'm going to take a time this time because so I have a half teaspoon. I sprinkle sprinkling it all over. So I have that garlicky taste. Can't wait. I think I want a little bit right here. Let's put just a little bit of here, looks like it didn't get any. Alright. Well, that's that. Cheese time. It's already mixed in there. So we have this nice green color. I'll just put it in. Mark, you won't leave me, man. I have to do everything myself. But that's all great. A lot of cheese. We're gonna just utilize all of it. Love a lot of cheese, you know? Cheese, so, let me really not utilize it all. Just because we love things cheesy, you know. Not people food though. But me feel like these kind of things, they need to have a lot of cheese. Cheese never push out, but it's all good. It's all good. It is all good. Alright. And now, let us see if we can roll this. It's supposed to be on a flat surface, but let's see if I can roll it in here. Right? Let's see if we can roll. It can roll. It is rolling, rock and rolling, it's rolling. Let us shift it over a little so we can, yeah. Alright. Turn it over. I hope you all are seeing what I'm doing because you just roll it over and close it up. Just get it nice and tucked in, you know. Kind of pretty enough. Now, we'll do it on foil, Bobby. Do it in foil pan. You want some here? Alright, so put us get it nice and tucked. Cheesy garlic. Alright. I think we might need a little egg wash, but I think it might come out too pale. definitely don't want to eat things. So, rock and roll, rock and roll, on top in, top my baby in. Wanna get it nice and tough. I never tell them somebody can't sing, somebody judge me. Alright? Don't judge. Don't judge. I saw that judging. Alright. But this is not what we're going to be baking it in. What we're going to be using a loaf pan. Loaf pan. Alright, so I'm going to put this little lot of butter. A lot of butter, little lot of butter. And we're going to just grease our bottom of this, not a lot, because don't want it already. This is not your loaf pan that you're supposed to be using, but it's a baking pan, you can use. Yeah. And so we're going to tuck these into the oven. It is at 350 degrees Fahrenheit now, right? And we're going to put this in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes or until it is golden brown. So, put it in the bread, put it in the bread, put it in the bread, get over. Cook my can't sing some stuff. Hey, alright, alright, and tuck over. Some can't sing, some ya hum, 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 hum. Why? Alright, so there we have it. My garlicky cheesy bread. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. Preferably thumbs up than this, no. Remember to comment, remember to subscribe, right? And to share, because sharing is caring. This is Shirley. I'll see you next time.